Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and we wanted to know what being in love does for our health. Turns out there are a lot of benefits to love. So here's my chat with Dr. Payal Kohli. February is the month of love with Valentine's Day, and this is something that we want to talk to Dr. Kohli about. It's so good to see you, Dr. Kohli. How are you?
You too, Danny.
Yes. Okay, so we're talking love, and this is something that we've been talking about in our office and wondering about. Are there things that happen to our bodies when we are falling in love or when we're with somebody that we love?
Yeah, it's really incredible, actually. Our brain has an incredible effect on our body, and they're all very favorable effects. So, you know, when we're in love with somebody, we trigger a chemical called dopamine in our brain.
Okay.
And that chemical is sort of like a reward chemical. It's like winning the lottery. We just feel so happy. You know, we feel satisfied. We're less stressed out. We're less likely to use substances. And then that dopamine and all of those other kind of happy chemicals result in a cascade of effects. So our blood pressure actually runs lower when we're in love. Our immune system is a little bit stronger when we're in love. So we're less likely to get colds. And believe it or not, we're actually more likely to live longer when we're in love because it actually impacts our longevity because we're just happier every day.
I really like that because you oftentimes see the couples who have been together for 30, 40, 50 years and they end up living so long. And I wonder if that has a lot to do with it. They're happy and they're in love. That's the way to do it.
It does. I mean, it's really incredible. And we don't really realize the impact of our social connections.
Yeah.
And I think some of it is social because you have this other person, you have the support network, but some of it is biological.
Yeah.
Some of the things we talked about. So in fact, if you have a heart attack and you're in a happy marriage, you're more likely to survive after your heart attack. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So there's just so many different benefits in addition to the longevity, in addition to the fact that, you know, we're less likely to get, say, fewer doctor's office visits and just a happier, healthier life.
Okay, so overall, being in love is good for you.
Being in love is incredible for you. I will write a prescription to every single one of my patients to fall in love because it helps their cardiovascular system, it helps their sleep, it helps their mood, and it, you know, just helps life.
That's so wonderful. Okay, so that makes me really happy. How can maybe bad relationships to do the opposite have a negative effect on you?
Yeah, and that's the problem here. So, you know, just like we talk about dopamine, when you're in a negative or a bad relationship, cortisol, the stress hormone, goes way up. When we're angry, when we're fighting, when we're stressed, and that can cause an increase in blood pressure. That can do the opposite, reduce our immune system, cause us to gain weight, cause us to develop insulin resistance or, you know, have our blood sugars go up and increase our risk for heart attacks and strokes. So, you know, being in a negative relationship can have all of the opposite effects, which is why it's so important for us to be cognizant. Now, every relationship's going to have that occasional fight.
Of course, yeah.
But it's actually funny because after that cortisol surge, when you make up again, you actually can get almost more elevated levels of that dopamine occurring later. So it's okay to fight once in a while.
Yes.
But just make sure if you're fighting more than you're happy, then you need to sit down and talk to your partner and reevaluate things.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, well, I love that. So Dr. Kohli officially prescribing us, you know, love for our health.
Day. That's right.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kohli. We love you.
Thank you. Back at you.
Well, if you have a topic or question for Dr. Kohli, you can message us on our Facebook page, Colorado and Company on 9 News. Your topic may just end up on the show.